Hello fellow musicians and rock stars, my name is Paul Walker. I'm the founder of All Music Promotions, and I just wanted to quickly talk to you today about blog posts. And obviously you know how much I love blogging for someone who plays music and is a musician. I think blogs are certainly more powerful than what Facebook and social media is. And the reason why I say that is, I just think blogs offer more opportunities for you, certainly as a beginning sort of artist, as a struggling, artist or band, for you to be able to get your music out to a wider audience. And today I'm just going to quickly talk about a couple of ideas that you can use for your blog. And as I said, if you've been following me for a while, then you know how much, I love blogs versus what Facebook and that can do. And don't get me wrong, like Facebook is a part of the big equation of, gaining more fans. But I think blog is certainly the starting point. And why do we want to do that? Because let's face it, what is a blog there designed to do? Okay, so your blog, number one, is to drive traffic. All right, drive visitors to your blog site. Okay, that's why you do blogs, because they're a lot easier to be searched on Google and other search engines. And by bringing people back to your blog, as I said, I think you've got a lot more opportunity to showcase who you are as a musician and who you are as a person, which is ultimately what everyone's after. That networking side of things. People want to talk to people, they want to interact with people, and the more that they can find out about you, as I said, I think there's a lot more to offer on a blog than say what Facebook or social media can do. Okay, why do you want to drive people to your blog and website? Well, so that they can engage with your music more. With your music. Okay? And why can they do that more so on a blog than they can on Facebook? Well, with a blog, you can put SoundCloud stuff on there. So you can put multiple, MP3s of your music on your blog website. Whereas Facebook, it's a lot harder to do that. I mean, yeah, sure, you can put a Facebook post of your sound clip, on a post, but what happens after a few days, certainly a few weeks, and definitely months later, it's fallen off your news feed and people have moved on with their lives. Whereas, you can have your MP3 on a perpetual, SoundCloud, continually playing on your blog post, or have it there, so as soon as people land on your blog site, they can see it, which is, I think, more an advantage of why you want to be with a blog. All right. And obviously, people who listen to your music more, if they're reading some of your blog posts and listen to the music, they eventually will become fans if they're not already the first time they hear it. So the more you can engage, your potential fans with your music, then as I said, the more likely they are to become a fan, and then obviously move over to your Facebook page and Twitter and start following you and joining in your conversations there. Okay. Why blog posts more important? Well, you get targeted fans, okay? Now, you're probably thinking, well, a fan's a fan. What do you mean by targeted fans? Well, in simple terms, targeted fans are, within the musical landscape, there's hundreds of thousands of different sort of genres. Just because you like heavy metal doesn't mean you like black metal or death metal or speed metal or thrash metal or progressive metal. The different layers of niches that work down from the topic of heavy metal. So you want to get targeted fans. Just because you play heavy metal, you may not like death music or hardcore music or whatever. So you want to find fans that like the same sort of style of music that you do. So instead of just getting any old fan who's probably not really going to care too much about your music if they don't dig it, you want to find targeted fans. So a blog can really help you get that, because if you're speaking about a particular genre or a particular style of music, and there's other fans out there that dig that too, well, they're going to find that in the search engines and be directed back to your website. So therefore, you're more inclined to get a more targeted lead, someone who's actually going to care about your music and really wants to listen to your particular music. Because let's think of it from a fan point of view. I personally like heavy metal myself, but there's only certain heavy metal bands that I like. If someone told me that there was a band that sounded like some death metal Swedish Viking band, as opposed to someone who told me there's a band that sounds like Metallica, which I really love, well, I'm probably more inclined to go listen to this band that sounds like Metallica than I am the Swedish death metal Viking band. So you can understand the differences there and why that is so more powerful to have, you know, particular blog posts. So you're probably wondering, well, what do I blog about then to actually get these targeted fans? Well, great question. So your blog should really consist of what I believe, things that, you know, you're passionate about, things that, you know, you already have an interest in and possibly already have some knowledge in. So if we look at it from a musical point of view, one of the best ways to drive traffic is reviews, okay? So you think, well, what do I review? Well, what about albums, okay? Albums, you know, new songs, you know, released by, you know, the artists that we all know about, or on iTunes, that type of thing. Why don't you write a review about what you thought about that particular album or that song, or, you know, who this band is and where they're coming from, okay? You could review concerts or gigs you just went to. You know, people do that all the time, concerts and gigs. And you're probably thinking, well, that's just for the musical journos and stuff. Well, yeah, they just do it for it because that's what they get paid to do, but so can you. And why do you think, you know, your opinion's any, you know, better or worse than theirs? You know, everyone's got an opinion, and I mean, if you're writing valid reviews and it's coming from your point of view, and you're sort of writing from a different perspective to what a music journo is, you know, people are going to love that. They're going to dig that too. I mean, music journos, they try and be objective, or, you know, unfortunately a lot of them are just critics, and they just, you know, unfortunately don't always write nice things about a band. But, you know, if you really love a particular band or a music style, you know, why not express that with the world? And that's certainly what a blog platform allows you to do. And at the end of the day, it's your blog. You can write about whatever the hell you want, and no one's going to tell you, take that down, or that's not good enough. It's your blog site, so, you know, do what the hell you want with it. What else can you review? You know, instruments that you play. You know, equipment. You know, as a guitar player myself, you know, what do you think, you know, Gibson and, you know, Fender endorse, you know, famous musicians? Because they want those guys to review and use their products so that other, you know, potential guitar players can go out and play it. Well, it's the same sort of thing. You know, if you're going to go out and buy a new guitar, wouldn't you rather hear about the bands who play it and what they say about that particular guitar? Well, you can do the same thing. You may not be Kirk Hammett from Metallica, or, you know, Joe Satriani or Jimi Hendrix or whatever, but if you like a particular guitar and it, you know, really suits you playing, and there's, you know, some cool features on that particular guitar that you really, really like, other people are going to really appreciate that and really take that value on and go, okay, well, I might, you know, give that guitar a play. So, you know, don't discount your knowledge and your value and your expertise in something, because people will listen to it. People will take your value and your opinion and run with it. So, you know, instruments and equipment are another great thing to review and, you know, write about your blog posts. Again, you can go further into detail, you know, books, you know, movies. What's the latest movie you just saw? Write a review for it. You know, you can do trashy things like, you know, celebrity gossip, you know, whatever you're passionate about, whatever, you know, you like writing and talking about, you know, blog about it too. And as I said, you'll definitely get fans that way. What else can you write about? Sorry, I'm just looking at a couple of quick notes here. Oh, that's right. So I just said it before. Sorry. Your hobbies, all right? What do you like to do sort of outside of, you know, your working life, or what do you like to do that you're passionate and you enjoy? You know, maybe you like to snowboard. You know, maybe it's photography. I don't know, maybe it's, you know, gardening. You know, horse riding, I don't know. Heaps of things, you know. If you like me, I'm in 100 different things. I'd write about 100 million different things. So can you. And as I said, there's going to be other people out there as well that have the same sort of interest and want to know, you know, what it is that you're writing about, and what, you know, what your opinion or what your perspective is on that particular thing. So you can do that as well. Even from a musical point of view, as I said, if you're, you know, you're an artist or you play in a band, you know, what else can you blog about that's eventually, you know, that's going to drive, you know, visitors and fans to your page? You may not necessarily like writing, but do you reckon you could shoot a 2-minute video, post it on YouTube, and then post it on your blog, and just do video, like do a video diary? They're probably the most powerful things you can do, and you know, actually, I'd probably recommend that you do more video than actually writing. You know, videos are certainly more powerful, and again, just in case you didn't know, you know, Google owns YouTube, so if you can put more videos on YouTube, they're going to rank better on Google. So it makes sense to do a lot more videos, and as I said, it's free. You know, and as I said, you don't have to spend, you know, 5 hours doing this. You don't have to, you know, give me a day in the life of, you know, you just 2 minutes. You know, what are you up to? What, you know, you're rehearsing in your studio, or you know, you're on tour somewhere. You're hanging out with your friends, or you know, as a band, you know, down at the beach, or you're at a photo shoot. You know, whatever it is that you do in your day-to-day life. You know, just shoot a quick little video diary about it. You know, let your fans know what you're up to, that you're thinking about them, and obviously, you know, you want to engage with your fans. And then obviously, you know, your fans will leave comments. You know, you think someone's scrolling through YouTube, sees a lot of comments about how cool your music is, or how cool your band is, or whatever you're doing in your you know, in your YouTube video. Well, of course, people are going to find out more and want to know more about you. And again, you know, in the little description box, you know, you link back to your blog. Or, you know, maybe send it to your Facebook page, whatever it is you want to do. So, you know, that's really why I believe, you know, blogs are, you know, the most powerful thing that you can have as, you know, a beginner artist, or, you know, an artist that doesn't really have that many fans. And can you see the power of multiplication? I mean, if you have literally, you know, hundreds of blog posts, just, you know, out on the internet, you know, blog post, maybe it's a YouTube video, blog post with a video, blog post, video, blog post, you know, blog post and video. Do you think having hundreds of those on the internet talking about, you know, your interests, the things that you're really into, would lead people back to your blog and your website? Absolutely it would. And more so because, you know, you're smart, and you're going to put links, you know, in all your blog posts, and you're going to send people, you know, back to your blog site, or, you know, you'll send fans to, you know, your Facebook page or Twitter, whatever, you know, wherever you want them to go. And then, you know, as I said, we get back to the scenario. They land on your blog. You know, you've got your little SoundCloud here of your MP3s. You know, here's your blog post, here's your blog post, here's your blog post. You know, maybe you've got your YouTube video, another YouTube video. And, you know, I'll talk about this in another video, but you may have already heard me speak about it. You know, then you've got your capture form, you know, with the email and the name. And also it then allows you to communicate, you know, communicate with your fans whenever you want. So that's why I think blogs are so powerful, and certainly those are some of the ideas that I think, you know, you can blog about. You know, blog about your interests, what you know, what you already have some, you know, expertise, knowledge in, you know, your life experiences, all those type of things. Yeah, you can blog about that. Put it onto the internet and people will find it. They may not find it tomorrow, they may not find it from a week from now, but they will find it. And if you're really just there to try and drive people to like your music, they will find it, they'll land on your site, hopefully listen to your music and become a fan. So, you know, that's why blogging I think is more powerful than what Facebook is, because as I said, you all know what happens to a Facebook post. You put it up there and a couple of days later it's gone from your newsfeed. Whereas blog posts are carbon footprints, you know, they're on the internet for, you know, until you literally delete it, you know. So, alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it gave you some ideas of what you can blog about and write about on your particular blogs. I look forward to hopefully reading and coming across a few of them myself, as I'm kind of scrolling through and looking for new bands and new music. So thank you so much. Check us out at www.allmusicpromotions.com, or again, come and like us on Facebook, grab some more free training that we have there for you. Come hook yourself up with other like-minded musicians and meet some new people. You can do that at www.facebook.com/allmusicpromotions. Alright guys, thanks so much, and this is Paul Walker saying see you later, and hope to see you on the world stages. Bye.